Hello, welcome everybody. Good morning, afternoon, and evening. Hope people are doing well today. Sorry, chat still looks dumb. Not you chat, but physical chat. Uh, but hopefully OBS does a fix soon. I'm just gotta hope, I guess. Oh, hold on, let me turn off my speakers. But yeah, welcome Rag, hey Mashi, welcome Xenomorphica. So I messed around a little bit in Sandbox just to look and see what was going on with the game at all. But I guess would start in career. I don't see why I wouldn't. I mean, I feel like Sandbox would be too, like, I don't know, I need structure. Complete injections against the clock. One being list of objective. Okay, there's a whole ass career mode? I thought I was just gonna make a zoo. I don't know what I should do. Let's do, let's see, and I don't know if I want to do time scenarios. I feel like it's a bit much to be expecting me to do things on a time limit when I'm still new to the game. Here, we'll do the first scenario, which is the tutorial, which is exactly what I need. I posted the schedule for the week. If people saw, I posted it everywhere actually. Oh, let me post it in live. I actually posted it everywhere this time. And not just on Twitter and Discord. By meaning I actually posted it on YouTube as well. It always feels weird for me to post it on YouTube. Uh-oh.
Sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you.
Hello, Bernie.
I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets.
Sorry, Bernie, but I'm gonna see if I can skip
As you
this.
know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show
Maybe
people
I
the
shouldn't
ropes
skip
here
it.
at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything.
Oh yeah, I have a super
worry,
gamer drink this
End.
time.
My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire.
Man, this guy's rambling. I just wanna, give me a tutorial.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on.
But anyway, I have a really gamer drink. I have Mountain Dew Zero Sugar.
By learning how to fly around it and visiting some
I saw that there was a zero version, because, you know, like Coke Zero has zero. And Mountain Dew, I always liked Diet Mountain Dew, but I haven't really been drinking it these days. But I saw Mountain Dew Zero and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll try it. I am surprised there's this narrative going on. Well, I don't think there's a narrative if you're just in sandbox mode. I'm just surprised there's so much of it. Explore the zoo.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7
They're not
months a year?
horribilis.
Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too.
Okay. Enter grizzly bear
Select one
animal
of the
camera.
bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Oh boy.
This is where you
Zachary
can find
the
out all
grizzly
kinds of
bear.
information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare. You'll learn more about animal welfare today as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal. Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Alright. Oh my god.
See,
It's
now,
a bear.
this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals.
Use
you
the
can also
God
get this view of
view.
an animal by simply double-clicking on it.
The huge
Okay,
intro
when you're ready,
was
let's pop
surprising.
over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions.
It was a
I've
little
marked
surprising.
their location for you to find.
What am I supposed to do? Oh, over here.
Panthera leo leo, or the West African lion to you and me. Lions
Hello.
are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome, which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Okay.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two
Animals.
somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
Animal trading section.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
What if I want a
When you
dozen
adopt an animal,
elephants?
it's automatically placed in the trade center where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
Open animal storage to place the warthogs. Okay.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your
All right.
caretakers will go to the trade center, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade center's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Whoosh.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as
Is that
fast
the
as
guy?
possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat.
Oh my god.
But I am assured
Is
by a
the
person
warthog
understanding
seriously in that
that
tiny ass
these
box?
warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right,
How-
let's get
how?
the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy.
Oh,
You
okay,
see,
just
each animal
magic.
in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic.
I guess
This is
that's
how happy they
convenient.
are. And that overall
They're-
welfare
they have, like,
statistic is itself
Pokeballs.
comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Alright.
Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
Food trough.
Animals
Water
also
bowl.
require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will
Have
count
some
towards their
mud.
enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
We'll put it right by the people.
Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for
Hear
this.
that? I have a
see.
knack for
Now,
this.
Our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a feral state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Hippos. Okay. I'm here.
Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
Can I just hit spacebar?
Ah, that's more like
Oh,
it.
SP.
A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich
Hey, welcome,
habitat
Temp.
built.
I don't know, this Mountain Dew
Job
Zero
number
Sugar
one
is not
here
bad.
to add a habitat gate before we complete
It's been
the
so
barrier.
long since I've had
Every
Diet Mountain Dew, I
habitat
can't
needs
tell
a
if it's
habitat
better.
gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
Add habitat gate. Barriers.
Right. Let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us
Also,
some
just getting used to
ostriches.
Zion Zero,
I've
like
marked out an
yeah.
area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
I don't want anyone to see these fucking ostriches. Here, you'll have a really inconvenient... I'm determined to make some kind of hellscape. There. Is it done? What do you want from me? What's not complete? Cannot add multiple habitat gates, but there's two right there. Let's just make it a less stupid looking wall. We'll get to capybara hopefully eventually. I'm giving the career mode a chance so I can get tutorial. Oh no, where are my objectives? No. Complete the habitat boundary. Build your habitat barrier. They're still telling me to build the barrier. What else do you want me to build? Am I just being really dumb? Do I have to like... Why is the length like... Why do I have to... replace a section with glass. Do I have to unpause time? Complete the habitat boundary. Is it because I have too many gates?
Good work.
What?
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat,
Really?
it has to have a
You
full
had me
loop
put a new
and
one
then
and then you're
valid.
like, oh, you gotta
Now,
delete it
you've
to
probably
proceed.
noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier so the guests can see in. There we go. Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them. By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish.
We have
Finished
186,000.
the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those
How's that?
ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
Do you think they have enough places to donate? Okay, we need 4 ostriches. Ostri? Kinda like octopi. Alright, well, now I know the basics.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Alright.
Oh, good to see the ostriches have somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
We don't need a rodent exhibit.
Certainly seems
Absolutely.
impressed. Did you do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich.
I don't know when we're gonna have freedom to do stuff, but hopefully the tutorial's not too long. Keep their yapping to a minimum.
For the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals. You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path. This keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness negatively.
Why do guests care so much about seeing facility buildings?
Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we? Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off. Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food. And thanks to where you put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Alright, there we go.
Righty, your next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier. Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Not climbable, transparent. Resistance grade 3. Alright. Hold down Z. Hey. I don't care that this is on sale. How dare you embarrass me, phone. I'll connect the habitat gate here. And then why not make all of this out of glass? Well, I guess this doesn't need to be glass. You're gonna be like, oh, too much glass and they can escape. Huh. Well, should have told me that earlier.
Now, Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode. Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool. Now you've got all of the perimeter selected.
Dragging the
you
barrier
can increase
selection
the height
tool.
of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters. Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your
I guess I can
areas.
jump pretty high,
We
huh?
need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
Ha 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 ha. That was so funny. Wow.
Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate's in place, and most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Hold on, I need to put like a shit ton more donation boxes. You should be thanking me. Okay, now I can get the Bengal tigers. 12,000, 10,000.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Feeding station.
This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
Water tool. I can make there be rough water?
Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment.
I can have it be lower
toy and food enrichment
cleanliness.
items into their habitat.
Why would I purposely want to lower the water cleanliness before I put it in? It's like, oh, this needs to be clean. There. Somehow this water is rough. I don't know how it's rough. I don't know how they get rough water as a concept. What do I have to do next? Add food enrichment. Frozen blood pumpkin. You can get a few of these. I like pumpkins. Can I put it on top of the barrier? No. Rubbing pad.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, the
I
tigers
put it in
will
the
need
tree?
a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests. or
I can
people
put the
like
rubbing
the
pad
bad
in the
weather.
tree.
Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Where do I put the shelter? There we go. Increase hard shelter welfare tool. Hard shelter welfare. Does that mean put more? What do you want me to do again? How do I select the whole place? There's a lot to this game.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape.
Oh, okay, can replay the
Now,
dialogue.
the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although, given that we're in England, you might want to think
Right,
of that
I
just
got
as
distracted by
normal
you
weather.
saying about the
Go
weather
on,
being
add a
like
shelter to their
England.
habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Did you not like the one that I put? You tell me to put the one you made for me, and then I do it. Do I need to put more? I don't think I'm doing this right. Still here, the phone is just magic spell noise. This tutorial is kind of buggy. I am getting displeased. What do you mean, increase hard shelter welfare to 60%? Who says that? Let me guess, you're gonna make me make my own or something. I don't know how to rotate this. I'll just click. Like, what the fuck am I doing? What is this? Oh my god. What do you want from me, game? Internet says the animals have to arrive. Oh. They didn't tell me to pause the game, and they didn't say anything about unpausing it. I guess I have to wait for the animals. Alright, we did it. Look at those tigers.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your
Poor
attention that the
Dabs,
tigers
what?
look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel. Rightio, click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat. Okay then, open the terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
I see. Here, add more soil. And more long grass. Or no, you need less long grass.
Right then, all animals
Hey,
need
and then
plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, or Asia, Europe, that sort of thing. It looks like these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat. To get a perfect fit, use plants from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab. Now, as you can see, some of the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want. You can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see. In this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Alright, we're gonna get rid of all this weird North American stuff. Grassland temperate. Okay. Coconut palm. Alright, you guys like the coconut palms? Oh, elm tree. Can I put an elm tree on top? Oh yeah! My elm tree tower. Why would you let me do this?
They say that good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
I like my crazy trees. Check that out.
Let's head over to the Indian peafowls.
My floating
I've been
elm
told that they need
trees.
to improve their social welfare. Now then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand
Perfect
their social
trees.
welfare, and we can get a bit more detail.
Social welfare.
Now, they've clearly got plenty of space, and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong. Right, as you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Off you pop to the animal market then.
Alright. So you basically got a balance there.
Good work on those
Relocating.
peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon.
Lego
But
looking
sadly,
ass
it
hedge
sounds
range.
like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy.
It does kind of.
Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her.
Snow leopard habitat. Is there not enough snow? That's my guess.
Just like people, animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit
They're
stressed
so
by the lack
British.
of privacy.
Privacy.
You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes
But it's a
of the
trick
guests.
because they still have prying eyes of the guests. Aggressively British. You mean British? That's the only like accent I can do. I don't even know if that sounds right. Swap. One-way glass.
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too
Oh,
hot or
look
too
at-
cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot, even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Heat map.
As you
Temperature.
can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered. You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them. It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so let's make that
More
happen.
coolers the better, right? They're gonna die of hypothermia. Too many cool vents. What do you want me to do now? And increase terrain welfare to 100. The Frozone. are they? What are these? Oh, snow leopards. Whoa, that's a name. Ulinyagantsetseng. Can I just call you Uli? Alright, terrain welfare. They want more snow. Yeah, I get it. And less grass. That makes perfect sense.
That should give you a pretty good
Here,
understanding
have
of how
even
to
more.
make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats. That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic.
Wait, what will increase? Dang, I zoned out for a
To quickly
second.
see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Zoo management.
As you can see,
Animals.
this list shows you the animal's overall welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly
Alright.
pop over to them using the locate button. Right, I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Average habitat species overall welfare too. Okay. Let's see who is in the most need right now. Okay, these turtles have a shitty situation. Why are you having me fix your zoo? You're teaching me how, and then you're having me fix your zoo. Because your zoo sucks. And you know the problems with the zoo, you're just not doing them. I guess there has to be a scenario. But still. Okay, we want to fix the terrain. They need more long grass. And they need hard shelter. Oh, look at that. We got all the facility stuff. Construction. Did you save me that? Where is that shelter? Is this good? Have an animal reach a 5-star animal rating. Okay, how's that? No shelter available to cover all animals. Well, you guys need more sand too. Okay. We need a little bit more shelter. Is it an habitat? Oh, it is. You can have DLC turned on. Okay, now they're at 100%. What about welfare? Oh, you guys need enrichment. What the fuck do you guys like? Oh, you like balls. Herb scent marker. Small pumpkin ball. We need food enrichment. Block of frozen fruit. And a dog ball. Alright, you're at 100%. Enough shelter available to cover all animals. Alright, I think these tortoises should be... Holy fuck! Critical area or crowding issues are present. Alright, well, that's close enough. They're like 99%. Alright, let's check on the elephants. What's wrong with you guys? You need enrichment. Oh, where are you guys? Alright, I'll put some toy enrichment. Large tire, snowman skittle. Okay, now I need to fix the terrain. Too much soil, huh? It says 41% is soil, but I don't see 41. Okay. Oh, that's a big shelter. I don't need that big of a shelter. Or do I? They're elephants. They're not gonna fit in this shelter. Habitat. Oh, it is filtering by... Where am I gonna put this? It doesn't look stupid. That's good. Alright, you're at 100%. Plants. That's what you need for it to be perfect. Animal requires less plant and tree coverage. Let's remove all of these. There. Oh, look at that. 100%. Alright, now we need to check on the zebras. They're hungry. Alright, we need a lot more grass. Short grass too. Yeah, we need to get rid of all this soil. I'd like you to weigh in on the age-old debate: Kumiko, are zebras white with black stripes or black with white stripes? White with black stripes. It might depend on the zebra though, I don't know. I need to take a good look. Oh, maybe they are black with white stripes. Now that I'm looking at the zebra, I'm thinking the other way around actually. Maybe the white is the stripes. Plants. Let's get all of this. Africa grassland. Alright, you actually don't need that many plants. We'll put a couple of trees to look nice. But now we need enrichment.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Hey.
I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colors.
What the
There's There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
Okay.
Sounds like you got the whole zoo
Oh, I'm not letting you finish. Save zoo as.
purring away.
I don't need to save this zoo. Okay, I've learned the basics. Oh, there's another tutorial. That's the Estonian wilderness. Timer. If I do sandbox, I'll just have like infinite money though, right? Or I think I want challenge. I think that's what I want. I want challenge. Where are capybaras from? Some zebras have black stripes that reach their belly and some don't. I see. There's some in Japan, right? I remember there are some in Japan. But I guess they're from South America. So I should go for tropical. Aren't cappies from Brazil? I guess they're from Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Guyana, Peru, Brazil, Paraguay, Northeast Argentina, and Uruguay. But doesn't Japan have a bunch of them? Because they like give the yuzu. They do the yuzu hot spring bath. The lower part of Japan is tropical. Hey, welcome, Rubbish. I mean, if it's tropical, they should be able to go over here too, right? I don't think it. I mean, it doesn't. Can I have animals from different? I don't know. Let's go Asia tropical. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Yuzu. Happy birthday to Yuzu. Small population capybaras in Florida, really? Let's name this zoo Babby Rat's first zoo. Oh no, that's there. Babby Rat's first zoo. Is that good? Oh, hold on. This isn't time, so it should be fine. It's probably like just challenges of like getting. I just don't want like infinite money, and you know, I want there to actually be like some kind of restrictions, but not necessarily the career mode because they just won't stop yapping. So yeah, let's see. Challenge mode is what you want. Yeah, that's his challenge mode. Drink profits. If you don't like a particular challenge, you can discard it or refresh after some time. I see. I have to sell drinks? Okay, this is the start of our zoo. We have 40,000. Can we take out loans? We can take out loans. And we can market. Oh yeah, the music is like super serious, I think. Let me turn it up. Hey, welcome, Freddy. Alright. So do I have all the animals available to me? Oh yeah, I need to make a... Let's see... Facilities... Oh, paths. Okay. Volcanic rock path. As reuse adjust height, shift, raise path, lower path, increase length, decrease length. Increase width. This is a lot more complicated than Roller Coaster Tycoon, I think. This'll work. Do I want to increase the width? Okay, there we go. Oh shit. Oh good, Control Z works. Alright, we'll just make like a giant straight path. I'm gonna try and not make this look like a donger. It might be an impossible task though. Let's put a loop here. Maybe we can put like food or something. Or maybe that can be the... Oh yeah, we wanna put the staff. I want to make the staff like separate, because they don't like looking at it. Let's increase length. Okay. This will be like the staff zone. I can't tell if it's unpaused. Okay, it was paused. Alright, next we need a animal... a trade center. Alright, we got a trade center. Let's put a soda place right by though. Oh sweet, ATMs. Wait. Alright. I'll put a few ATMs there. Oh, and then donation right next to the ATMs. See, we're starting with the important stuff. And here, I'll put a hand sanitizer right there. Alright, so we got our animal facility. We should be able to animal trade now. There's the capybaras. Wait, I also have raccoons. Oh, look it! We got 2 raccoons we can get. Source custom seizure. Source private zoo. I wonder what kind of habitat they have. Let's look at the capybara first. Let's adopt these. Okay, so now they're in the trade center. Let's see. Natural habitat, South America. Capybara will be enriched by sharing their habitat with these animals. Galapagos giant tortoise. I don't mind having some giant tortoise. Land requirement. Climbing requirement, nothing. Some water requirement. We want a bunch of capybaras eventually, so... I should have it like 700 meters squared. Oh, let's see. Habitat. Oh no, I want barriers. Oh, that's what I'll do. Oh shit. Okay, I can right click to take out the... Guest gate. Glass, wood logs. Look at their little faces. The animals are all very cute. And this simulator seems like it has a lot more to it than Roller Coaster Tycoon. Well, we'll make this like we'll put the capybara habitat like right here. Is there an easy way for me to tell how big an exhibit is? have our habitat. Land area, 2,652 meters squared. They require a minimum like 600. Well, at least our capybara will be happy. I'd say more space is better. I mean, we have a lot of space. Why not? Why not give the capybara a huge space right in the front of the zoo? Rodent bunnies. Adopt and place 2 different habitat species. Alright. No path to destination. Why is there no path? There's a path right here. Oh. Turn on the store with vodka? Really? What kind of vodka? Yeah. I'll judge you based on the type of vodka you got. I won't actually judge you, but I am still curious. Okay. Why can't I turn this into more? I want width. Hey, that actually worked. You got rain vodka? Animal Trade Center 1. Why is it no path to destination? Keeper hut and staff room. Let's try placing a keeper hut and staff room. staff room. I need a research center. Might as well put everything over here, right? Quarantine. And a workshop. Vet surgery. We'll put the vet surgery at the end. Okay, now can I place the capybara? No path to destination. Oh, that's because my game is paused. Potato vodka. Yeah, that's fair. There's a lot of different stuff out there. One vodka I had a lot when I was younger that I remember being really good and really smooth was called Effin vodka. Alright. Food troll. We can put food trays right here. Wooden basic shelter. I'll put another one there. Underwater plant feeder box. All right. Mike, when you lived in Texas, your parents were really big on Tito's. Really? Sculpting. Let's make I'm kinda digging the music. I don't know if it feels Zoo Simulator-y, but it's kind of neat. Where are capybara? Music's kind of, it feels country, magical, like if Lord of the Rings was in America. Yeah. Life expectancy 10 years, huh? Least concern. Capybara meat, huh? Species. Tropical, grassland, and aquatic. Aquatic, grassland, and tropical. We can put reeds in the water. Wild hedgerow. Oh man, they just took out the banjo. Oh. This looks like a nice habitat, right? They don't have any toy enrichment. I don't know what this underwater feeder does. Maybe I don't need it. Oh, man, it takes a while for the... Location Trade Center. Why aren't they being moved? Maybe I cancel the zoo. Like a month, a month has passed by and I haven't moved the animals. Oh. Oh, you have to hire staff. I don't have any staff. The zoo has no vets or caretakers. How much does it cost for me to hire 1100. I think we need at least 2 caretakers. All the people are coming. Oh shit. Wait, this is happening so fast. Inspector arriving in 23 months. Construction. Oh, do I need? Where's the donation? Facilities tab. Apparently people are recommending I do like the first 3 tutorials, but F that. I searched donation and I didn't find any. enough donation. We really want people to donate. A Planet Zoo theme chief beef. Oh yeah, I could probably use toilets. Oh, I'm running low on money. Injured. Enrichment. How come I don't have any toys? None. I need more rock. Oh, I need less rock. I'll need to put more of these plants. Unfortunately, I'm gonna send a veterinarian to examine the animal. Oh wait. This one's all right. Check out our capybara. Oh man, this one is injured. It has like a scar over one eye. This capybara is so edgy. One serious injury. Oh, put him in a box. You have no keepers to tend to your animals. Aww. Zoo. Serious injury discovered. Low on cash. Income. Lifetime ticket sales. We should raise how about 7 and 6? Low on cash, yep. Construction. We should put recycle bins. We'll put benches. Restaurant, guest barrier. Oh, that's what I want. A guest barrier. No, they can't go. Many guests think tickets are overpriced. Okay. We'll lower it by $1. We don't have any power. Are my capybara healed? Opens in Zoom. Okay, I need to do research. Do I need more? was the one we just hired? Okay. So I assigned a vet. Visiting player. Habitat 1 is damaged barriers. Oh god, I need a mechanic. Oh. So how long does the vet research take? Oh, how do I find out? Our keeper has no energy. Oh, there we go. So I have to research and then I can get stuff to make their habitat nicer. That makes sense. That capybara looks bored. I'm sorry, we don't know much about capybaras. We got the capybaras, but we had to research them after they got here. Can I have multiple research? Hold on. Let's hire a third vet. Neil the Moulton. Oh, we hired their sister or something. Many guests think tickets are overpriced. Zoo tickets are overpriced. Fine, I'll subtract $1. Look at them. Oh, it pooped, I think. Vet research is complete. I don't get toy enrichment until level 3. Let's see. Habitat. Awesome, I can put these balls. Oh, look at they're playing with the balls. Waiting for a staff room. Alright, how are my capybara now? Are you guys doing good? Enrichment. Toy enrichment and habitat. We need more balls. They're like, oh my god, so many balls. Alright. Last drink was dirty? How do I fix that? Research level for capybara. Nature facilities. Oh. How do I go offline? They can look bored. I guess they always look kind of similar. At least my income is positive now. I'm actually making profit. This facility is too busy. There's a lot to this game. Toilet block. I need more food places. All their food. We can give them grade 2 food quality. All these requirements must be met for guests to be able to experience animal encounters in this habitat. Guest gate, hygiene station. Oh, they can actually interact with animals. Okay, they're missing bedding. How's that heat? Okay, that's appropriate. Less meal quality. I don't know how to increase their cleanliness. Water treatment plant. I feel like maybe I should do the other tutorials. This is like the start of my capybara land. I like it. This game is complex and has a lot to it, but it feels like it's good. Check it out. It's so majestic. Look at that rump. What do the people look like? They kind of look like Fisher Price meets The Sims. There should be a capybara where you serve nice drinks. Oh, that's a great idea. I think what I'm gonna do though is I want to keep playing for a little while longer, but I think what I'll do is I'll play another tutorial and I'll set this zoo aside for now, because I think this is a good start, but it'd help if I like knew. I mean, I'm also sort of figuring it out, but that does mean we have to tank more of the audio, but let's save the zoo. I guess that's a good start. I have capybaras. I'll make sure not to let like months go by without researching them next time, and then I won't get confused over why no one's moving my animals when I don't have any workers. Alright, I think I'll do the 3 tutorials for today's stream and finish those, but I didn't get a start. Keep them in the box until you need them. I think I'm gonna take a short break. I will be right back. I need to get more drinks and stuff. So give me like 5 minutes And then I think we'll do some more Planet Zoo. Hello. I'm back. Wah. And I got my gamer can. I don't think Mountain Dew Zero is alright, but it doesn't taste that much different from Diet Mountain Dew to me as far as I can remember. But I might drink Mountain Dew Zero from time to time. In medium difficulty, you expect animals never get bored of enrichment items. Guests won't require refunds. 5-star requires average of 85. Well, animals take longer to die. Guests are more willing to... Staff can take longer to move faster? Wow. That's hard. Animals will die quicker. Get bored of enrichment items. Let's go with normal. I'm not a Planet Zoo expert yet.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species.
Wow, that's a really fancy one.
Well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates though, we've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
Okay. Locate the highlighted area.
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Masuala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans. The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in, and they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal
Orangutans will tear you apart, limb from limb, though.
Aren't they just incredible? When you're ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Bonobos.
Looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed. And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too. Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel. Good. Now open the Animals tab.
Animals tab?
And click on Box All Animals to box up the remaining bonobos. Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
46 vendors.
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet. Now, click on one of the paths to place the vet in your zoo. Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
Animal alerts.
And then click on the Call Vet button to call the vet.
Oh
over
man,
to
that's fucking
capture
up that trash can.
Okay, that's the relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again. Head back over there.
Oh man, they tranked it. That trash can will never be the same though.
As you can see, the barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one. Good. Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that.
Oh, climb-proof.
Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
So I have to take this out.
Nicely done. And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? Oh, the poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there.
How do they keep them from climbing?
Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again. And then open the Animals tab. And finally, click on Unbox All Animals to let them out. I expect some of them are fair bursting for the toilet. So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts.
Okay.
You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area again. Oh. Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we? Good work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Okay.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly. And more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
Oh man.
You see,
If they did
another
that.
key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment
I figured
items,
that out.
additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. The animals' food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it. Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell. So we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building. Okay, click to add it to the building. Oh, but that won't place it in just yet, though. First, we'll need to rotate our research centre so it automatically connects to the path when we place it.
Oh, where is it? Okay. So these are like empty shells.
Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select Vet Research. Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo, and also all the potential diseases that can occur. Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research. Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
Okay.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Oh, and facilities.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
I can be chaotic and put the wrong...
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much. Okay, now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. Oh, One thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said. Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
Okay. This game is pretty detailed.
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
Okay.
Go on, collect your research rewards. Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. Well, now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel. Next, click on the Terrain tab.
Terrain?
Now, as you can see, the lemurs need quite a lot more climbing space. But as it happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch. By the way, it's not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about. Other animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They certainly do keep us on our toes. Oh, that's a great climbing frame for them.
Okay.
They're going to absolutely love it. Do you know what would make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat. Lovely. Now select the Animals tab. There we go. As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality. Grade 2 Food Quality. My mouth's already watering. So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits we'll be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat. Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the Animals tab in the Habitat Information panel, and find him in the Animals list. I know it's sad to see him go, but he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got
Okay,
potential.
I gotta release the breedable, the breeding.
Ah, I see you've been doing some homework. Although, it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed
Alright, now we just have to
I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school
worry
if
about
there'd been
Gila
less
monsters.
algebra and more algebra. Tortoises.
Okay, so far we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit. I've marked an area for our new
release the
exhibit.
breedable.
How about we head over there? Lovely. Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research center earlier, then pop it into the gap.
Pop it into the gap. Why doesn't this wanna add?
Perfect. The next thing to do is
That's a
adopt
lot
an
of
exhibit
trouble.
animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one. Just as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit. Click on the exhibit to send it there. When you send an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean
Okay.
it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off.
The exhibits
We'll
are
start
convenient.
by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel. Good. Now click on the Layout tab. Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind, let's turn on at least one of them for the Gila monster. As I'm sure you know by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by
Let's
having one of your
open all
vets
of
do
them.
some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable. Click on the Climate tab. Here, you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity. You can change both of these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy. That's the ticket.
I did
And the
it.
last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab. You can edit and customize any of the windows on an exhibit. A window can be closed and blank, or have a 2-dimensional background, or even a 3-dimensional background on it. Why don't you have a play around with the options? There's also an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
Education boards. Alright. Gila monster. Gila monster's not in here. Oh. I need an exhibit.
Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our
Listening to
venomous
Sim speak is
friend
amusing.
here.
I could have sworn one of them said
Now,
Seiya.
I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
You just want me to build? Oh, giant burrowing cockroach. Whoa. Giant tiger land snail. Zoo. I like getting the giant land snail. Goliath frog. Exhibit 23 to 36. 40. Habitat. Alright, that's satisfactory. Looks like they gave me areas that were not already filled. Oh, there's hippos. That research is complete. The zoo. Yes, this is someone else's. This is the tutorial zoo. The zootorial, so to speak. That's a big hippopotamus exhibit. They want me to increase the vulnerable Meridian John 4 or 5 hippopotamus red. Okay. How How about a Baird's taper? Okay. The tutorial doing it. This thing expired. There's not many different animals I can get. This didn't really teach me much. I think I can skip the rest of this, honestly. Cause this is not teaching me anything new. It just wants me to do stuff, but I can do that on my own. On my own zoo. I can get exhibits. How much money does this zoo make? Damn. So donations is a lot of it. Shops is a little bit, donations is a lot of it. Yeah, maybe I'll finish it another time. Let's go to the main menu. Do I want to do the last tutorial? Panda Park. Bernard Goodman's newest zoo built to celebrate the panda. Knows about breeding animals on the cusp of endangerment, so don't squander it. Oh god, you're gonna teach us how to breed. That sounds, yab. That's all of the tutorials, so. I guess you don't need to spend like, you can spend like a limited amount of time on one zoo. I mean, it could be hours, but like, you don't have to have just like one ultimate zoo. You have a lot of different zoos, I guess. I like the game though. I feel like it's pretty. No, I don't think the whole planet's a zoo. I'm pretty sure it's just normal planet stuff. But yeah, that tutorial didn't really teach me anything new. I feel like the next one's probably gonna teach me new stuff. I'm getting hungry. At least I think this will be the last tutorial I need to do. It's just the 3 main tutorials. So I've learned how to hire people. I can already do my next zoo better. Capybara 2. It's been just about 3 hours. Yeah, that's not too bad. Although I feel like I like streams to be longer. But I guess 3 hours is a decent amount of time to be spending on it. So yeah, let's go over here. Oh man, I just got here. Dang. Oh. That's too bad. But I did post my schedule for the rest of the week, so I will be having 2 streams on Wednesday. I should be, so be sure to check that out. Besides that, I hope everyone else has a good morning, afternoon, evening. Otsukumi. Take care, and I'll see you guys later. Next stream is what? Tomorrow's Tuesday, not Wednesday. The Bloomberg draft. So yeah, I'll see you then. Bye bye!